Slumber did my spirit still. Slumber means a long sleep. Okay. Did my spirit still? It's a question, okay. The title of the poem is asking a question like a slumber. A sleep has been sealed by my spirit. Is there something? So it's a question. The poem through the title raises a question. So a slumber did my spirit seal, written by William Wordsworth. This is divided into two sections, mean the two stanzas we are finding here. Okay, so the first stanza when we'll be reading, we'll be finding that the poet speaker is quite sure that his woman, mean like the Lucy, whom we can consider as his muse too, or the woman he loves. So this woman he considers to be someone who is immortal, someone who is far away from that mortal nature of life and death. She is someone who has far caused it, so the poet speaker cannot believe that she can ever die. Okay, so according to him that she is deathless, mean that she has won over death, she can never be dead at all. Okay, but in the second stanza we'll be seeing he is face to face with the brutal reality of life. Okay, he is face to face with the reality which he was always trying to deny, but he can't know anymore. Okay, he has to now acknowledge that his beloved, his muse Lucy too was a woman, too was a human being, and she is bound to die. Okay, and now it is like that she has died. Okay, so these two stanzas are quite contrasting in nature. Okay, contrasting in the sense that they do talk about two contradictory things, two opposite things. Contrasting means two opposite things. First stanza, while saying that his beloved is someone quite eternal, part of eternal nature, she does not possess some characteristic like earthly, which can we take in the sense of mortality. So she is way beyond of this. But in the second stanza, the poet speaker is face to face with the reality that she has died. Okay, so that's why two stanzas are talking about two contradictory things, two opposite things. Okay, so before we start our line by line explanation of the poem, I just want to say, those who are new to Let Nose Pro, I hope you have already seen our earlier 4 parts of this series. We are in the 5th part of our discussion. We are in our last poem discussion. Okay, we have already completed 4 poems. So if you haven't watched this yet, then first go there, watch it. After watching these 4 videos, if you have any confusion, doubt, write comment section and then come back and watch this one. Okay, because this is a series poem. Series mean that one thing is related to another. Okay, so you won't be able to understand another thing if you are skipping the first one. Okay, so this is what the series mean. Okay, like first series is something where you are knowing what would be the second series about, but second series you never can be understanding fully until unless you read the or watch the first series. Okay, so that's why parts are important to know and you are supposed to watch all of the parts. Okay, so and another thing is that if you are for the first time in Let Nose Pro, subscribe the channel. Okay, why it is so I would explain. Okay, so what is there, this is a quiet thing students do not know usually. Okay, when I was a student I had no idea too, so I do not blame students for this. Okay, what happens, we do visit so many channels. Okay, and we do go away after visiting, we do not think so much. Okay, but these channels are made in the way and it continues to provide you content in the way so that your queries, your thoughts should be fulfilled. Okay, like whatever you are finding, like today you are watching this poem, tomorrow you would be wanting some poems related to the same thing. Okay, so if you subscribe this channel automatically provide you next video which you'll be requiring. Okay, that's why it's necessary, and along with this you'll be getting notification regarding new videos, which is absolutely free. Through the small thing is the subscription. Okay, when I was a student, I can say that I also used to visit channels and all, and I can say that I also used to skip subscribing and all. I later on came to know how important it is, although I didn't find any valuable channel. Actually, if I tell you the truth, I had done all the self study of mine to gather the knowledge I am holding now, because I did not get any such channels and even nothing like that. I had to do the extreme level of self study, which I did, which is good to do. Okay, but for you to make the path more clear, make the road more clear, I am having this channel. What happens when you are doing something by your own? It's very good thing. Okay, I do appreciate. But what happens when you do by your own? The road becomes quite longer because you do not know which direction to go. It's something you have to find out by your own self. Okay, because you do not know which way to go, and that becomes problematic. Why it is so? Because what happens if you are under someone's guide, then that guide would be saying that go this direction, take the right side, take the left side, then you are quite coming to the awareness. Okay, but when you are someone not having anybody guiding you and all, you do not know which direction, and it takes time to find out the correct direction. You will make mistakes. Okay, and mistakes is something which will teach you, but it matters on time too. If you are lacking on time, then that time it's better to find a guide and all. And in this context, I would say that I have my paid courses too. These are available at the lowest cost. Okay, and so many students have become part of this, so many. So that's why I do say that if you haven't become part of it yet, then you are not lost of chance. Okay, you can still message me. Certain time slots are available to me even when you are thinking it's late. Okay, because I do understand some students can be having problems. Everybody do not have the same opportunity, same chances, and problem can come at any time, at any point of your life. Okay, it does not see that where you are, how you are. Okay, so that's why it's not that you do nothing. I appreciate those students who come forward and ask me that, ma'am, we are late, can we join now? I do say that there's nothing. If you have query, you can come to me, ask me, and this is what the situation is. If you put certain things in your heart, it won't help you. Okay, it won't. You have to come out, you have to discuss it. Okay, so that's why I do say, if you have anything like how to join to classes, tell me directly. Okay, one time one student of mine was telling that, ma'am, what happened, my friend was thinking of joining and she was thinking late and she thought of messaging. She said me she had messaged, but in reality she hadn't messaged. Okay, so it is the situation they do go, and I just do not know. I just say that I'm quite friendly. Okay, it's not that you message me, I won't reply. You would give it to me. I do believe in a way that teacher should be a guide as well as a friend, as well as someone who would be a philosopher, which is the definition you have studied in your school books. A definition of a perfect teacher, a guide, a philosopher, and a friend. Okay, that's most important. So you do not require to think that much. If you want to join, you can join. Okay, I would be trying to help. Even if you cannot join, you can say if you have any doubts and all, I would be trying to help. There's nothing that I won't be, because it's interesting to see that what you are all doing. Okay, so we'll be starting now line by line explanation of the poem, and if you have anything, you can write comment section. I'm again saying, and if you like any line of the poem which I'll be reading now, you'll definitely write in the comment section. Okay, because these poems are written with a loss of heart by the William Wordsworth. Okay, he is a poet of heart. Okay, why it is? Because he is a romantic poet. Okay, and romanticism is all about talking something from your heart rather than taking something from logic or reason. It's quite the opposite of it. Yesterday or day before yesterday only, I had posted a card related to what are the criteria, what are the real characteristic of romanticism. Okay, if you have watched it, you have understood that what are the characteristic. Okay, yes, one of the characteristic that romantic poets do talk something which is coming out for real human being, because it's something which is sensibility. According to William Wordsworth, poet is a human being just like you and me. He's not someone you would be thinking from higher order. Okay, he is a human being like you and me, but he is someone having higher sensibility than you. He can make greater connection with human being. Okay, so this is why he is different. So without further ado, let's begin it. Okay, so try to enjoy the study. Okay, this is what my way of teaching. Try to enjoy every part of it, and along with this we'll be getting good score to knowledge and score. Both is the thing you would be balancing while part of my courses. Okay, this is what, because both important. Okay, so slumber did my spirit cell, like the question says, the slumber, a long sleep, did my spirit cell. Is there any kind of bond, any kind of pact, any kind of agreement happened between my spirit or my life with the sleep? Is there anything? I had no human fears, but the poet speaker says I have no human fears, because this is not here. Slumber means death. Okay, here slumber means a long sleep, and this long sleep is death. Okay, so the poet speaker says that, is it that my spirit or my life has made any agreement with the death? But the poet speaker suddenly remembers, no, I have no such human fears. Okay, why not? There seemed a thing that could not feel the touch of earthly years. So because she seemed, the she mean Lucy her. Okay, her, unlike the poems, earlier poems where the poet speaker directly said Lucy is this, Lucy is that, Lucy is fearing so many things, so they are direct kind of calling Lucy. But here there's no direct calling like Lucy. Her address goes like she. So say that she seemed a thing that could not feel. He says that she is someone who can't feel. She has no kind of a senses, the touch of earthly years. She can't not be touched by any earthly thing. Mean that she is quite unearthly to the poet speaker. According to poet speaker, she is an immortal enough. We have seen in an earlier poem, the 3 years she grew, how she is unearthly, how she is a nature child. A nature child has said that such a lovelier flower can't be on earth. So that's why she took the task on her to direct her, to make her of nature's favorite child, and in the way nature made. We have seen, that's why I say that follow the parts. Okay, go by this, do not try to leave it. Okay, so that's why the poet speaker says that, is there any kind of agreement with the death my life had made? Then he said that, no, I do not have any human fear like this. But here, not my death actually. The question is the Lucy's life. Okay, like that, is there any agreement Lucy's life had made with death? Then the poet speaker says, no, it can't be possible. I do not have any human fear like that. Why not? Because Lucy does not possess any such human quality. She is not an earthly being. She is someone who is quite unearthly. She is someone who is immortal to the poet speaker. She is someone who has possessed so many things like eternal nature. Okay, so the poet speaker does not believe that she can be forced by death. She is someone who is way beyond of this. She lives in somewhere else. Okay, so this is the spot he had given Lucy on his heart. Okay, so the speciality you do understand. If we take it in the context of imagination, the poet speaker thinks that, is there anything like I do require to fear? Is there any death of my imagination, my muse, my inspiration to write? No, it can't be, because inspiration is not a mortal thing. It can be eternal. So he is considering it this way. No emotion has she now, no force. She neither has nor says. But this is the reality check. Okay, is the reality check happened, that there's a reality now showing that no motion she has now, mean that she is lifeless. She is not moving even. Okay, she is not like moving her hands, legs, nothing. Even her pulses are not. You do know that everything we do, something consciously, something unconsciously. Breathing is not required to your consciousness. Okay, so that's why she no motion, she has no force. She is not moving something consciously consciously even, not unconsciously, because she is having nothing at all. No food. She neither has nor she is. She has no senses even. She cannot hear, she cannot see. Roll round in earth's let me zoom it. Okay, roll around in earth's diurnal course with rocks and stones and trees. Okay, so it is now, she has now gone beyond of earth's day and night cycle, or the, this word diurnal means the daily activities except the sleep. Okay, like the one we do in the daytime. Okay, so she has rolled around in earth's diurnal course with rocks and stones and trees. Now she has become an eternal nature. Okay, this is what, like, it says that she has died. Okay, this is the brutal reality check. Okay, so this is the poem Slumber Did My Spirit Say, where we are seeing the poet speaker at one point saying that I do not have human fear like this, because Lucy is not someone who has the touch of earthly years. Okay, because according to the poet speaker, she is someone quite unearthly. Okay, here I do find comparison with this poet Jivananda Das. Okay, he has this poem Bonalata Shen. Okay, there he had made the beloved to so superior, as though it didn't feel like she was someone mortal, she was someone a living creature and something like that. So this is the comparison you would make. I do try to make you quite aware regarding comparisons and all, because literature is all about this. Okay, one poem along with another poem, you do make comparison, you do understand, because literature is this, literature is ongoing thing. It's not we are reading something is written at the time of 1800 maybe, but published at the time of 1800 in the second edition of lyrical ballads. But you are supposed to understand one simple thing, and that is that literature is a continuing thing. Okay, English literature still is written on, it hasn't stopped. Okay, still authors are writing, still is adding on to the first literature, so it would continue. It's not that it won't be. So that's why something which has written, that has impacted something which will be coming, and that which will be coming, that will impact the past too. That's what TS